Hey guys, okay, today I want to talk a little bit about emotions. So I'm going to be kind of open and a bit real with you here and share the fact that in the past, I didn't used to kind of deal with my emotions and manage my emotions in the best way that I could. What I used to do was I'm someone who's very busy, always on the go, and what I used to do is kind of push my emotions aside. Like if I was upset about something, if I was stressed, I kind of avoided dealing with that. I'd push it to the side, but then what ended up happening was that I ended up kind of having some symptoms of anxiety, and it started to creep up on me in other ways. So basically what was happening was that my mind was telling me, I'm good, I'm fine, like I'm dealing with it. But then my body was saying, no, you're not okay. You need to slow down. You need to actually process what's happening here. So that was like a massive learning for me. And since then, I've kind of found ways to manage my emotions a lot better. And this is the thing, like life happens to us, right? We're going to have bad days. We're going to have stressful times in our life. It's inevitable. Like life is like up and down like this. And if we expect all our days to be really good, really positive, then, we're going to be disappointed. So we've got to, embrace and accept that there'll be low times, but it's about finding and gaining the tools to be able to get through those days and manage them as best that we can. And I also think this is very important, for us women as well. I think I see it very often, and like I said, I speak from experience. Often we want to be like super women. We want to be like, no, everything's fine, everything's good, and we push what we're feeling to the side, and it really is not best for us. So what I want to share in this video is 2 tips on how you can best manage your emotions during these difficult times. Okay, so for one, I want to say that one of the biggest acts of self-care and self-love is to actually embrace the fact that you're feeling a certain something, whether you're feeling down, whether you're feeling stressed, allow yourself to feel that. Be real with yourself and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now. But in order to get through it, and like I said, I'm speaking from experience, in order to get through it quicker, it's so important to actually sit down and understand, like, okay, what's going on for me right now? Why am I really upset? Because the interesting thing is, a lot of the time what we think we're upset about is not actually the real reason. We might kind of burst into tears, or we might snap or something at something that's actually the tip of the iceberg. But really, what really upset us was something else, and that something else is what we need to understand. What is the root cause? Maybe that root cause triggered something. It triggered an insecurity, or maybe it reminded you of like an unpleasant experience from the past, and that's what's actually upset you. But if we don't take the time to understand that, what ends up happening is we just end up building on it, right? There's just other things that kind of build up, and then we might end up kind of taking it out on someone, or kind of it just comes out in another way. So actually take the time to understand yourself, and that could be through like journaling. It could be through just taking some time out for yourself to even have a conversation with yourself, process what's happening. So I'd really encourage that. And like I said, for me, I found that doing that allows me to get through it so much quicker. For me, I actually find that journaling is amazing. I find that just getting my thoughts out on paper, it's like an outlet. It's no longer like spinning round and round in my head. It's out there and I can see it. I'm like, okay, this is what's really happening. So that's my first tip. And then my second tip is like I said, a huge form of self-care and self-love is allowing yourself to feel those emotions. If you need to cry, like have a good cry. I love having a good cry. For me, I find that it's like a huge stress, it releases tension. If I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, crying is amazing. So have a good cry, and don't feel guilty as well. Don't feel guilty about your emotions. So feel it, but what I'd say is give yourself a time limit. So let's say you've had a stressful situation, something's happened at work, or you're feeling down about someone, then set yourself a time limit. Be like, right, you know what, for the next hour, I'm gonna have a pity party. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna feel that for the next hour. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna mope around and be, all sad. Or maybe it's just a day. You're like, okay, you wake up and you're like, you know what, today's a bit of a write-off. Today is just one of those days. Then give yourself that day, but then know that tomorrow you're gonna get back up, bounce back up, and you'll be back to your normal self tomorrow. So those are 2 tips I wanted to share with you. And of course, there are lots more that I could go into, for example, talking to someone, or, but for the sake of this video, I just wanted to go into depth on those two tips. So I hope you found them useful, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe there's something else that you do to help manage your emotions when you're feeling down that you'd like to share with others. If so, please feel free. So yeah, have a great day everyone, and see you later. Bye.